The Taureth hegemony made their declaration at the Galactic Assembly. Humanity is a plague, Supreme Archon Villainous announced, his three eyes burning with conviction. They expand too quickly. They refuse genetic optimization. They pollute perfect worlds with their chaos. We will cleanse them from existence. The council chamber erupted in debate, but the Taureth had already decided. They were the galaxy's eldest civilization, 12,000 years of genetic perfection, technological supremacy, and unwavering conviction in their superiority. Earth had been in space for barely 300 years. It wouldn't be a war. It would be an extermination. The Taureth fleet arrived at Sol System with 300 world-burner ships. Each one carried enough antimatter to crack a planet's crust. They'd used them before on species they deemed genetically inferior. Admiral Jackson watched the fleet approach from Luna Command. How long until they're in firing range? 17 minutes, his tactical officer replied, voice tight. Good. Jackson opened the channel to Earth Defense Command. Authorization code, Olympus Fall. Execute protocol Daybreak. For 2 centuries, humanity had wondered what they'd do if a species tried to genocide them. They'd built defenses, sure. Fleets. Weapons. But they'd also built something else. Something they'd hoped never to use. In orbit above Earth, disguised as solar research stations, 16 devices activated. They'd been built in absolute secrecy, tested only in simulation, and based on theoretical physics that most scientists said was impossible. Stellar manipulation technology. The Taureth ships never reached firing range. The sun flared. Not naturally. This was controlled, focused, directed. A coronal mass ejection larger than Jupiter itself erupted from the star's surface, riding magnetic field lines that humanity had spent decades learning to. The Taureth fleet evaporated. 300 ships, gone in 17 seconds. Supreme Archon Villainous watched from his throne world, 70 light-years away. Impossible. What did they? His science advisor's voice trembled. Archon, we're detecting quantum entanglement signatures. Multiple points. They're not just at Sol. They're at every star within 50 light-years of Taureth Prime. Similar devices activated. Humanity had spent 200 years not just exploring space, but seeding it with sleeper technology. Silent probes, patient machines, waiting for a threat that might never come. The Taureth had finally provided that threat. This is Admiral Jackson of Earth Defense Command. The broadcast reached every Taureth world simultaneously. You came to exterminate us. You called us a plague. But you made one critical error. You announced your intentions. In the Taureth home system, their own star began to behave strangely. You gave us time to prepare, Jackson continued. Time to position our assets. Time to ensure that if you pulled the trigger, we'd already have our finger on yours. The Taureth scientists worked frantically, trying to locate and disable the human devices. But they were quantum entangled, hidden in stellar atmospheres, protected by temperatures that no drone could survive. We don't want to do this, Jackson said, and he meant it. Stand down. Withdraw your threat. Let's talk like civilized beings. Villainous, surrounded by advisors screaming conflicting advice, made his choice. The Taureth do not negotiate with inferiors. If we must die, we take you with. He never finished the order. Taureth Prime's star didn't explode. That would have been merciful. Instead, it began to collapse. Controlled. Precise. A stellar implosion that would take 3 days to complete. 3 days for the Taureth to evacuate their 16 worlds. 3 days to become refugees in a galaxy they'd once considered their dominion. Jackson watched the data feeds with no satisfaction. Send rescue coordinates to all Taureth vessels. Offer asylum to any who want it. Sir, they just tried to exterminate us. I know. Jackson's jaw tightened. But we're not them. We don't commit genocide. We just make sure no one can commit it against us. Across the galaxy, the message was clear. Humanity had developed the ability to kill stars. They'd proven they'd use it in self-defense. More importantly, they'd proven they'd show mercy even to those who'd shown them none. The Taureth became wards of the Galactic Council, their civilization scattered, their empire dissolved. Their genetic perfection hadn't saved them. Their technological superiority had been meaningless. They'd thought they could destroy humans. Earth had simply proven that mutually assured destruction